Hello Mer friends, garden friends, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be planting my tomatoes. Now, it is the middle of July. It's quite late in the season to be doing this, but I've just been putting it off and we're just gonna have to go with it. Now, the tomatoes that I have at the garden that I planted there, I planted about 12 of them and they're pretty much all dead, let's just be honest. However, I had about 4 that wouldn't fit in my bed, so I've just kind of kept them on my balcony, which doesn't get a lot of light, but they've survived. So now I've just planted them in my in-laws' backyard because they, has great light, they have a lot of space. So we're just gonna try it out and see how it goes. I will tell you a few worries that I have with that. And I'm sorry, I look so gross. Like I said, it's the middle of July in Georgia, so it's hella hot. But anyway, my concerns about planting it here in their backyard is that my father-in-law likes to get pest control, so they come and spray the yard so that bugs don't come. So most likely there won't be any bees here to pollinate. So I'm not quite sure, how that's gonna go. Also too, I'm a little worried that, I can't get over here every day. Honestly, I probably come once, maybe twice a week, but that's rare, usually about once a week. So I'm gonna have to rely on them to water. So, that's just gonna have to be me calling them and stuff all the time to remind them. I would say those are about the main concerns that I have, just there not being any pollinators and then also it not being watered. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, so I bought these fabric planters from Amazon, and basically you can just fill them up with soil and plant in them. So it's really good because you can use them season after season, and then also since the material is like a fabric material, it's going to release water and stuff, so the plants aren't going to get waterlogged. So that's good about that. And then of course they're movable, so if something happens where the tomatoes need to be moved, then it's no big deal. So yeah, that's basically what that is. So now I'm just gonna show you guys how I planted this, and then we'll carry on with our lives. To start, I have a bag of soil. I want to try to use organic soil as much as possible. So I just got one bag for all 4 plants, but I ended up needing to buy another bag later because this was just not enough. Also, I got some compost from the community garden, so I'll be mixing that in as well to give the tomatoes the best possible start. Now, I'm gonna fill up the bags with some of the soil. These bags are 15 gallons, so they take a lot of soil, but I think it's pretty good to be able to allow the tomatoes room to grow. Now I'm going to add compost into the mix to give the plants some extra nutrients. After adding the remainder of soil and a bit more compost, it's time to bring in the stars of the show. As I mentioned, these tomatoes have been in pots for weeks, dare I say months, so there are some roots poking out of the bottom. Very gently, we'll flip the pot over and shimmy the plants out. By breaking up the soil around the roots, it'll make it easier for the roots to stretch out in its new home. Then we want to make a hole deep enough so that a good bit of the stem is buried. All of the little hairs on the stem can grow roots, so we want to get it fairly deep so that it can have a really strong root system. So I'm going to add a bit more soil to help with that. Then pretty much I'll just repeat the process with the rest of the plants. And this is my first time using grow bags, but I've heard great things about them because they're breathable, they prevent overwatering, and it helps to regulate soil temperature, and of course they're able to be moved. So far, I'm really enjoying the grow bags. Once I've got them all set up, it's time for a quick water. Any excess water will flow out of the bag, so like I mentioned earlier, there's no need to worry about overwatering. Hopefully, these tomatoes will have more luck than the ones I tried growing at the community garden. I have no idea what varieties they are at this point, but if they grow, I will be so happy. So now it's been 3 weeks since I planted the tomatoes in the grow bags, and I must say that I am pleasantly surprised at how well they're doing. 2 of them were growing so much that I had to put cages on them because they were leaning. I'd say that's a good sign. Also, a couple of them have flowers, as all tomato plants should, and they even have a few baby tomatoes growing. Already, these plants are more successful than the previous ones I tried growing at the community garden, and I am one happy plant mama. We'll keep an eye on these guys to see if they will continue to ripen. Be sure to follow me on Instagram because I do much more frequent updates there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Also leave me a comment down below about tomatoes. What do you like to use tomatoes on? Such a dumb question. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.